40
Tree.
40
Tree. Episode 43. Welcome to the Sports U podcast. Gifton, how are we doing today, my guy?
Man, I'm feeling phenomenal, man. I'm feeling loose, feeling godly, feeling heavenly. Today's been a good day, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, we actually added some new lights behind us. Hopefully, it creates more definition, I guess. We're always just trying to get a little bit better for you guys. Ultimately, this is episode 43, and we got many more to go, right?
Can't believe we're here, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to mention that every single time. Bro, at 43 episodes, I can't believe we're here. But let's start it off, my man. Actually, we're just going to be talking about NBA again because kind of messed up on the NFL free agency episode. We're going to go ahead and try to do that once again. But we want to just pretty much talk about the NBA trades, Gifton.
Yes, sir, man. It's been a
lot of shit's happened.
It's been a crazy couple of trades, man. But you know how we start off the episode, so I think I'm going to take this one first. Episode 43, the player who I picked.
Oh, yeah, I was going to skip that because I didn't pick a player. Also,
you made me look bad, you piece of shit.
You want to do it? You go ahead.
Michael Thompson of the Los Angeles Lakers,
I
ladies
hate
and gentlemen.
you, man.
Why? You don't like Michael Thompson?
We stopped the whole episode just to mention Michael Thompson.
Well, Michael Thompson was a dog.
Michael Thompson was good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I don't remember him like that. I never seen the guy play. I know that he's the announcer, right?
I know that he's also number 43.
Episode 43 on hand. Gifton, let's go ahead and get into these trade talks. Or no, not trade talks. Actual trades that already happened. We'll talk about them one by one. Kind of mention which one is the best or which one is actually going to make a difference and which one actually made the team worse.
But there's a little twist on it.
What is it?
Bold or fold?
Fold. That is the way that we're going to determine what trades are bold, as in a good one. It's hopefully it works out.
Yep.
And
which
fold.
ones you fold, as in you shit the bed. You shouldn't have did that one.
The first one we got on the list here is Aaron Gordon to the Denver Nuggets. Gifton, what's your first impression on this, and where do you see it going? Is it bold or fold?
I'm going to go with bold, only because they also got JaVale McGee back, and the Nuggets definitely needed, a good big rim protector out there. Bobo was cool, but it's he's kind of
Bobo don't even play, man. He plays.
He's in and out. He has spurts and some potential.
Yeah, I mean, you see all those highlights like it is right now, but he ain't gonna do shit on defense. He'll get that occasional block that will be look at his potential. But man, that guy's pretty if he's not on the offensive side, he's pretty slow when he's trying to gather and having that
big
lateral quickness type shit. I mean, he's quick on the offensive side.
Mm-hmm.
Defensively, he's not too good.
Yeah.
But so it's a bold move from you.
Yeah,
right?
I'm gonna go with a bold move only because they filled the role with Jeremy Grant, but they couldn't because Aaron Gordon and Jeremy Grant are kind of the same player to me, except Jeremy Grant probably got a better strap than Aaron Gordon. But I feel like they kind of filled the role with getting Aaron Gordon, and like I said, they got JaVale McGee, so it's just kind of we just got to work Aaron in the offense, and he'll be all right.
Well, right now, Aaron Gordon is actually shooting better from three than Jeremy Grant is. During the time that he was playing with them, though, it didn't go out that way.
Right.
I think he's shooting. So I know that he's shooting 37%. Who is Aaron Gordon is going to be shooting that, but
right.
Let me see. Who's the other? So Jeremy Grant. Can you look up his 3-point percentage right now?
Yeah.
Because I want to confirm that. I don't want to give them false information on that.
You.
But when it comes down to it, he's a 19-point scorer basically. So that's a pretty good cap on your stuff when it comes to Jeremy Grant. And then when he went to the Pistons, he just became this guy who's just exploding and stuff, right? So is Aaron Gordon having that type of role on the Magic?
Mm-hmm.
He had his minutes, he had his opportunity already, the same way Jeremy Grant has gotten it, but they're putting them in the same role. So basically, Aaron Gordon is gonna have less of a role over there.
So Jeremy Grant is shooting 35% from three, but last year when he was in Denver, he was shooting 38.9% from three.
Okay, so they're virtually the same 3-point shooters. So all I'm saying is that Aaron Gordon had a bigger role on the Magic. I feel like he's going to play like the fourth fiddle. Like MPJ is making a great stride right here.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to it, like, that's my thing. He's going to be in this role. Like Jeremy Grant on the Nuggets was like a 13-point scorer, 16-point scorer.
Right.
And then now he's on the Pistons and he's like 20 plus 19, like I was mentioning in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what I'm trying to say is that is Aaron Gordon going to be that much of a difference? I feel like Jeremy Grant is a longer person as well.
Mm-hmm.
One that can definitely switch and can guard anybody 1 through 5 on their team. So overall, like, I get what you're saying. So I'm going to say it's going to be a fold move.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why I'm going to say it's a fold move is because they went to the conference finals, right? Last year.
Uh-huh.
They have to make it to the finals this year.
Yeah.
Because he improved. He gave up some stuff. He lost Jeremy Grant.
Gary Harris.
He traded away.
Hampton.
RJ Hampton is a big one too. I think it's something that's going to be a lot better for the Magic to have him because he's going to develop. They were just talking about that with the OKC Thunder.
Except they got a lot of
and
point
Al
guards
Horford, how he's taking a chance so that people can develop. What were you saying though?
They got a lot of point guards in Orlando.
They got a lot of point guards in Orlando.
Oh, wow.
So basically, that's why I want to say full because I don't think that I like Aaron Gordon a lot. It's kind of crazy to think that he's a fourth option. He's a good fourth option because not only can he slash, but he can spot up shoot.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a necessarily great rebounder for his size. He's not necessarily a great, like, I guess you could say defender too. He has a good body on him, but like I'm not thinking that Aaron Gordon's going to stop anybody like that.
Right.
So maybe now that he's on a better team, he'll have a little bit more effort because defense is basically effort. You know what I mean? Like, you don't become the best, like, defenders just off of, like, I trained about this all the time. It's the amount of effort that you actually put out there.
Yeah.
And with, along with your intelligence. So, for me, like, it seems like he can fit seamlessly. He can set screens. Again, he slashes. He likes to pass. Like, I feel like with more talent around him that he'll want to pass even more.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think that it's not going to get them over that edge, which is to get out of the conference finals. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They've already gone to a certain extent. MPJ has another year on his belt. Another year getting acquitted with it. So ultimately, like, I just don't think it's gonna work out like that.
Damn.
Like I feel like he can be a Tobias Harris for the 76ers, maybe have a down year at first, and then get a bigger role, and then he can become better. But as of right now, like, I don't really see him doing great.
Right. Wow.
I don't know.
That's all right. That's Robbie's opinion, guys.
I mean, I think it's underrated. But at the same time, like, you want them to make that next step. And I feel like that's my thing of they went out there, they traded some assets.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a bold or fold? Like, I think it's going to be a fold because it's not going to get them anywhere closer to a championship. But let's get on to the next one.
Yo, this next one was a shocker because I didn't expect this team at all to be doing anything. So
what's that?
Chicago Bulls traded for Nikola Vucevic and Al-Farouq Aminu.
Yes, they got
Al-Farouq
Aminu back.
Nowhere.
So does that mean that I have to start off on this one?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, so, man, the Bulls picking up this guy, I feel like...
Shocker, right? It's
going to be an overall, like... What's great about this guy, Vucevic, and it's cool that they got Al-Farouq Aminu back, too. I feel like he's good as a piece. He's able to stretch the floor very well. He's a modern big. It's everything that you want in a modern big. Like, he can even pass. Yeah. Like, he's a poor man's, I guess you could say, Nikola Jokic, you know what I mean? Or the Joker.
Okay.
Like this guy can pass. He can very much pass. He can. He's playing in the post. He can shoot threes as well. Man, I just see that Zach LaVine and him can do a lot of pick and roll action, pick and pop. Like, that can be a real deadly thing. And here's the thing, like, so Vucevic is going to be there for an additional, I think, like 3 years after this year. Yeah. So, or an additional 2 years after this year. So they have him for 3 years, basically. And they're trying to make a run this year, of course. They're just showing that, hey, we're committed into trying to prove that we're a winning culture. We want to bring a different thing to this organization. Mm-hmm. And they're doing that, Zach LaVine is coming into his own right now. Like, I've always seen the potential in Zach LaVine. He was always one of my favorite players. It's just awesome that he's kind of entering that elite level. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not less, how people say, like, there's stars and then there's superstardom. Mm-hmm. And there's, like, the greatest in the world, like, top 5.
Yeah.
Like, he's in the star role. on the bridge of becoming a superstar once it converts to wins.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially in Chicago, holy shit. So, I think that this definitely helps Zach LaVine,
Right.
but the thing is that they still don't have a point guard. Kobe White is more of like an offensive type of guy who puts up a lot of shots and can get hot sometimes. Lauri Markkanen is what they wanted out of, Vucevic. Like, they wanted Vucevic to be made, like, Lauri is supposed to be a Vucevic. They're supposed to have two of them now, but Lauri's still Lauri. Maybe it unlocks him just a little bit. They can, like, learn off of each other, but having two bigs like that can't really guard too well is not doing too well. But what I'm trying to say is they need a point guard. And so for this one, what I'm going to say is it a bold or fold? I think it's a bold move. And the reason why is because you can only get better from what the Bulls have been doing. Mm-hmm. So acquiring an all-star like this for what they gave out is, I don't really think too much, a little bit of their future and stuff, and other people that just didn't work out for themselves.
Right.
So when it comes down to it, they have, like, all they need is a point guard. They have, I think, $25 million in cap space next year. And with the picks that they traded, if they get the top 4 picks, or it is a top 4 pick, especially with the lottery these days, they get to keep it.
We know who got that lottery on lock, baby.
So for me, bro, I think this is definitely a very bold move. I'm very happy for them. Hopefully, Chicago Bulls can be one of the best, like, franchises in the league, and they're always contending. Always like that.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm gonna go with fold, and it's get the exact point that you said earlier. They do not have a point guard, and it's hard for me to think that Nikola Vucevic and Zach LaVine paired up out of the middle in the middle of the blue like this is just they're just magically gonna bounce to, like, the 8th seed in the East. I think like it's cool that they went and got it. It's a dope.
Wait. So you called it a bold move though?
No, it's a fold.
It's a fold.
Like,
okay,
it's a fold.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it was a crazy.
They sound
move.
the same. Bold and fold.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy move. Yeah, it was definitely out of the blue, but it's just like you can't just, like, pair up Zach LaVine with anybody, and it's like, what? How many weeks are left in the season? Maybe.
Like probably like about a month or two.
Like another month left. That's not enough. That's not enough time to, like, develop chemistry and stuff like
probably
that.
2 months.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like if they had got a point guard too, then I would have been like, okay, like, this is a bold move.
But he unlocks a lot. You feel me? Like he just makes things easier, and, like, he's like, it's not like you don't know how to play basketball. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would say, like, something that would be, like, needed is like a defensive type shit. Like, that's what people are worrying about nowadays. People can always, like, seamlessly fit into it. It's just chemistry. Like, oh, okay, where your spot's at, what positions you like to be in, so on and so forth. So I think that they could definitely, like, develop that chemistry within, like, 2 months. But the thing is that they don't have enough.
For the 8th, right? To make a run for the 8th seed, that's
in the East, yeah, that's fine.
Lot.
Because the Hornets, they've been playing stupid well still,
and
but
they're still playing good without LaMelo.
The East is starting to get, like, more. There's more out there now, and then even the Wizards are coming back. Look at Russell Westbrook. Mm-hmm. But so you're saying, like, fold for just this season, bold for the long run, or fold all the way around?
Let's go with fold for just this season, bold for the long run.
Bold for the long run.
Yeah.
Do you think they keep Zach LaVine after he it's basically they have him for this season, and next season, then he's unrestricted free agent?
Yeah, they're gonna keep him.
They're gonna keep him.
Yeah, they're gonna keep him.
I hope so,
bro. Because this is like the one in a lifetime chance. Chicago.
He can really go somewhere and make him over the edge.
Any team he can go to and take them over the edge instantly. So you goddamn right, Chicago better do right by him and try and keep him and everything like that.
But with the league nowadays,
yeah, that tampering is crazy.
It be like that crazy. Now. But he doesn't even need to go to like he doesn't need to go to a Nets or a Lakers or something like that. He can go to, like,
Houston.
Houston's way off, dog.
Bro, him and Christian Wood, and KPJ and John Wall.
Christian Wood,
come on,
would have been a All-Star this year. I had to give you credit, but this guy's also an All-Star.
Yeah,
and
well deserved.
Man, would I take one of the other? I think I'd take Christian Wood just because he plays better defense than Vucevic. But let's get on to the next one. So get in for the Nikola Vucevic. We had you Said fold.
With a fold,
for
ladies
this year.
and gentlemen.
For this year. And
Fold
I
for
said
this year.
bold for not only this year, but the coming years to come here. So let's go ahead and get into the next one. We've been talking about the LA Clippers all along. I actually said let's do a damn. I said that?
Damn. I said that?
Do you remember when I said that the Clippers should trade Lou Williams?
Yes.
For what reasons, Gittin? Do you remember?
Because they always just kept going at Lou, and they were misusing him too.
They were misusing him. He's still part of that old regime with the Montrezl Harrells of the world, with the Patrick Beverley still there, but he got injured and it opened up some space for Terrence Mann, for Rajon Rondo to be traded for, because Patrick Beverley can't do what Rajon Rondo can do for you. So with everything in mind, I was like, they're not using Lou Will right. They're not giving him the ball. Go ahead and trade him and get something in return.
Right.
They went out and they got Rajon Rondo to the Clippers. Let's just start off with that. So, yeah, bro, he was a part of that old regime, and he was not doing too well. I feel like they weren't really keeping him in, or he wasn't part of like that, locker room and stuff. And like we've been preaching, it's all about that locker room. So a lot of people have been vibing in there. I've been watching them a lot more lately, and even like Zubac, like they kind of rally around him just a little bit, because it's kind of like this guy isn't supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, like he's that little like spark plug that gets him going. Cause it's like, bro, everybody loves when like that dude who's not really a hooper just starts getting like 3-4 buckets in a row. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, I get you, man, and that's like that's not the point about it, because like Zubac is way far from being the point of as to why this team is doing well right now.
Right.
But I like to give credit to not only Ty Lue, but like the way that he's challenging everybody to kind of like, circle around. So let's get into this trade right here, though. Rajon Rondo to the Clippers. Gifting, I started out the last one. Let's get it with you at first.
Yes, sir.
Rajon Rondo, you seen what he's able to do for the Boston Celtics, the Los Angeles Lakers, and even all these other
Sacramento Kings, the Los Angeles
Lakers. Even there. How you feel about this trade, man? Do you think it's going to be a Sacramento Kings, Chicago Bulls, that different type of like effect, or do you think it's going to be a Los Angeles Lakers, Boston Celtics effect, where they win championship?
I think it's going to be a Los Angeles Lakers, Boston Celtics effect, because let's be real, bro.
Maybe not the champion. Do you believe that it takes them to championship level?
It's Rondo. Rondo is that one point guard that gets shit done. Rondo is that one guy that you can go to, and he's always gonna be there. He's always gonna give you the assist, bro. His IQ is just outrageous. His defense is tenacious. He's a great leader, great locker room guy. Everybody always talks about it when it comes around playoff time. Like playoff Rondo is a totally different person. Playoff Rondo is gonna get you like 10, 12 assists a night. Playoff Rondo is gonna talk on defense. Playoff Rondo is gonna play call for you. Playoff Rondo is gonna tell you what spot to be in. It's like you can't go wrong with Rondo. So, I mean, do they win the championship? No, but do they make a very solid run at it?
Well, if they make the conference finals, it kind of helps.
Do they make the conference finals? You know what?
For the Clippers,
yeah.
You know what?
Fuck it. The Clippers are going to make the conference finals.
No. Because Kawhi Leonard went there to win championships.
Right.
Or a championship.
Okay.
So, after this year, I think he could become unrestricted free agent. So, they already locked up Paul George. They got him on lock, but you got to win a championship.
Right. It's a lot.
So,
a lot of pressure.
Rajon Rondo, you already picked that it's going to be a bold move, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the fact that, like, where do you see them ending up in the long run? Do you see them winning a championship or just making the finals?
Man, to be honest with you, probably just making the finals. Do I see Rondo winning a championship with the Clippers? Nah. Because, like, they're either it's just going to fall apart. Rondo's God forbid, like
Or the
Rondo's
Nets.
injuries just take over or something like that, or the Nets just come over and just blow shit out of the water.
So here's what I have to say about it. So Rajon Rondo to the Clippers provides, I feel like, a lot of different things, which is, I feel like he unlocks people's potential.
Yes.
He can make them a lot better at what they already do well. Mm-hmm. So with all that in mind, you have a Luke Kennard who's just getting his confidence up every single game because they keep telling him to shoot, and finally he's starting to do all that and have more confidence within himself. And at the same time, you know, just recently he hit like four threes in a row for game against the Bucks.
I think that was last night, if I'm not mistaken.
So I think the Clippers were down by 14, and they ended up winning by like 30 or 20 at least. I stopped watching the game after they were up by like 21, and it's kind of like, okay, like these guys won, they pulled out their starters. So with everything in mind, this guy is going to unlock him even more. He's going to put Paul George and Kawhi Leonard in the right situation, in the right places, because you have to tighten up when you're around people who are on, especially with the shooters that they do have on that team.
Right.
Nicholas Batum they realize that he's a better piece than other pieces. Reggie Jackson.
Oh, technical difficulties.
Excuse me. Reggie Jackson went off a little bit during that game, but I still don't see him being a big like deal when it comes to like playoff time and everything. I feel like he can make a bigger difference than Patrick Beverley, though.
Yes,
honestly,
hands down.
But overall, what I'm trying to say is that they have a lot of talent on that team, the same way that Denver does, but they're just a little bit better because, again,
they're older.
I understand that they just beat them in a 7-game series. Mm-hmm. I feel like these Clippers can beat the Denver Nuggets. And, because, I even called it a fool that they wouldn't get out the conference finals at least, right? So
I keep shitting on them, Robbie.
I just think that the Clippers have to make it, like, far. And I believe that a year losing, the Miami Heat, we lost in the first year. We made it to the finals, but we also lost in the first year, and we had some shit to get over. We understood what it meant to win and what sacrifice we needed to make, and we got over it. So they need to make it to the finals. Oh. Do I see it happening? I am going to say yes. And this is why I'm going to say yes for the Clippers.
I agree.
Is that the Lakers are just not going to be healthy. It's not going to work out. I don't think it will work out. And I'm just saying that right now. That's just me. I have nothing else to kind of prove that.
I hope I'm wrong about that with the Lakers, though.
I just think that the injuries are so bad. We seen AD with the boot. You know what I mean? He didn't take off a boot. He went from being injured and then going into a boot. So it might have gotten worse. And also,
him and Braun got a boot?
No, not Braun. I don't know about Braun. I haven't seen Braun.
Braun had a boot on.
AD had a boot on.
Oh, damn.
So here's the thing. Just around when he had that boot on, he got some like on-court activity with the team. So basically, maybe there was some swelling, or he was practicing and then it just got worse or something like that. But ultimately, like, he ended up in a boot. So for me, that's not a good sign. It's a good sign that he's actually on the court once I heard it, because I just seen that he had the boot on and I was like, oh shit. But then I heard that it was because possibly he was like, doing activities and stuff. So it's one thing and then it's another, like with Lakers, you know what I mean? And I feel like if you don't have one guy, like, I don't think that these guys can beat the Clippers, who are, again, having that better chemistry that they were missing last year. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is a bold move. We've seen what Rajon Rondo was able to do with great talent.
Agreed.
Last year. Think that health-wise, it sucks to say it too, because like I feel like Rajon Rondo always has like these ticky-tacky injuries. And I'm literally talking shit about the Lakers having injuries, but it's kind of like, okay, I believe in Rajon Rondo's injuries more than these other guys' injuries. And here's the thing, man. I want LeBron James and the Lakers to prove me wrong and to win. But even this team, you're talking. Terrence Mann was putting on a show. I feel like is a way better, just younger, not version of Reggie Jackson, but he's just better in those types of ways.
Terrence Mann definitely needs more PT.
They just acquired him, I think, too, and so they've been winning throughout the whole entire season. They have a better record than the Bucks right now. they just don't get talked about a lot because
The
they have
Clippers.
so much more criticism because they weren't able to like show out during when it really mattered. So the Rajon Rondo to the Clippers is a big fucking deal. And getting Lou Will out of there, I think, is also a big deal because, again, locker rooms are a big deal. He was part of that last regime. Patrick Beverley just wants a job. So him being part of... Oh, yeah, bro. He's just clinging to... That's why he just plays defense, because he can't shoot. But, yeah, that's my shit on Rajon Rondo. I think it's going to be a bold move to make it to the finals.
Yeah. Man. All right. Next up, a big fuck you to Robbie.
Yeah, why?
Victor Oladipo got traded to the Miami Heat. All right, go ahead.
To the Miami Heat.
How do I feel about it?
Oh my lord.
How do I feel about it? Fuck you, Robbie.
So I'm upset about my Miami Heat. We lost 6 in a row, and then we finally win 1, and then we're all happy about it.
Fuck
very
you,
upsetting. It's very upsetting with the way that things are going. But not only did we get Victor Oladipo, but we also got Trevor Ariza. Both of those guys, I think, are contributors and good role players to a team that can seamlessly. I said it for the Denver Nuggets with Aaron Gordon, but my team is definitely better roster overall. Where
fuck you, Robbie.
They're seamlessly going to fit in, because that's a hard word to say. It's like seashells by the seashore type shit.
Seashells by the seashore.
I heard some lisps. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I think that they can fit into our culture as well. With everything and with all that's going on right now, Dragic isn't playing to what we saw last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Tyler Hero is taking a step back.
Sophomore slump.
So Trevor Ariza is already playing big minutes, like as in they're giving him a lot of minutes since the beginning, and I was like, wow, like this guy barely got here. Is he already like I said, seamlessly fitting in? Like, is he fitting in that good though? Because the rest of these guys are definitely two-way players that are going to be good on the offensive side, decent on the defensive side. But when everybody's putting in effort, they're a lot better. They become this elite type of thing, especially when you're able to switch from man to a zone. So I don't know, man. Like, it's just, I feel like we can get the best out of Victor Oladipo right now.
I feel like y'all gonna keep him.
Yeah, I think that we'll be able to keep him also. Like, why not stay with us? We'll have 2 nice guards. Jimmy can still play the small forward position as well.
Right.
Because he can guard, 1 through 4. And then when it comes down to it, like, Bam is still there. And he's a big fucking deal.
He is.
He's a big deal just because of the way that he can influence your defense. But the way that he can definitely do it on offense, like, it's amazing. But I'm saying, like, he's maybe like a step below where it's just a big man that can do everything. You know what I mean? Like on the offensive side. And the only thing that he can't do is shoot threes.
Big. He's not too
He can shoot his mid-range very, very well.
Right.
So he's not too big to where he's not agile, and he's just small enough to where he's agile, quick, and can
that's
get
that's the shit that
effort.
blows me away about Bam. But I mean, how do I feel about it, man?
Wait. Because I haven't said bold or fold. I think it's a bold move in the long run. This year, the Nets are just crazy. We'll see what we can do. I'll definitely keep an eye on us and realistically, determine whether or not we can even beat the damn
Bucks.
The Bucks. The Bucks are kind of good. The Bucks are always kind of good. But then they kind of suck during the playoffs. But so what I'm trying to say is, like, bold in the long run, because I think we're going to be able to keep Victor Oladipo. I think that we're going to get the maximization out of him. And I also think Tyler Hero has some growth. It's just unfortunate that Goran Dragic, who was a hero last year, is not having a good enough year this year. Possibly just injuries, but you already know how it goes.
Yeah. Okay. So to be realistic and to be fair, it was a bold move by Miami because they technically didn't have to give up shit to get him.
Yep. I get you.
They didn't have to really. All we got in return was Kelly Olynyk, who's actually pretty cool.
And he's very underrated on defense.
He is very underrated on defense.
He's slow.
I like him. He just had 25 the other night. I like him a lot. But
Kelly Olynyk is very good.
He is.
But like, It's just technical. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Wow. No, it's like, oh, there's Kelly. You know what I mean? Like,
oh shit, Kelly has 25. Damn, all right.
Weird as fuck.
But yeah, so I mean, it's cool because, like I said, Miami didn't have to give anything up. So bold move. Shout out to Pat. Whatever. But fuck this guy and his fucking team. They hit a lick on us for nothing, y'all. They hit a lick on us, bro. We gave him up for nothing. We could have had Karis LeVert and Benj. We could have had Karis LeVert and Jared Allen, and we could have just sucked all year, and we could have got like a dope little draft pick. But no, fucking Raphael Stone and shit wants to be greedy, and it's like, fuck it. If I can flip James Harden and get Karis LeVert, I'm gonna flip Victor Oladipo, and all we got was fucking Avery Bradley in a pick swap.
That's what's crazy.
A pick swap. Fuck am I gonna do with a pick swap?
Wait, real quick. Do you think that he already knew a little bit about the medical history that came with Karis LeVert because they did a medical like thing in the first place? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have took that chance, bro. He's so young and he has such a promising talent, bro. I would have took that chance.
I think he's just trying to dump him real quick because he already knew a little bit about it.
Look at him now.
Oh, he's amazing. I wouldn't.
Right. What the fuck, Raphael?
Well, maybe they thought that they would be able to keep Victor Oladipo. They offered him that big contract in the beginning, but it honestly wasn't huge.
It wasn't huge, but I'm gonna be real, bro. Like, I felt like Raphael was like, I'm such a good GM. I just got 4 first-round picks that are mid-20s, by the way, and 4 pick swaps, and I'm gonna flip Victor Oladipo and see what I can get to. And look what fucking happened. Nothing.
So
we got nothing, Robbie. We got a bag of Cheetos and a fucking Capri Sun. Them weird ass ones, like not even Pacific Cooler, bro.
Man,
it's
you're gonna
like
be happy
juice.
with Kelly Olynyk, though.
Yeah, Kelly Olynyk's cool, but like, bro, I don't. We had it all, and we just kept flipping it for no reason.
The thing is that you guys didn't have shit around James Harden apparently, because he left.
Hey, I don't want to. I mean, hey man, I love James Harden. It's cool, but like every point guard you asked for, we got it, and you didn't deliver.
Yep. So let's get into this other one here.
Hey, I was right about this one.
Fournier.
I was right about this one. Did I literally not say the Celtics were going to trade for him?
I remember we mentioned it. Maybe you did, but I didn't like it. I told you that I didn't want that shit to happen.
Nah, and after you sent me that stat over Twitter, I didn't like it either.
I fucking told you. Like,
yeah, that's terrible.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is terrible.
So you can go ahead and start off with the Gittin because I want you to. Evan Fournier to the Boston Celtics. Bold or fold?
Man, you know what? So here's my thing. Shout out JB, Big Boof. Pound, DJ Pounds, J Pounds, whatever the fuck you call yourself, bro. I don't know. You have a lot of aliases. My cousin. We were talking about it like a couple days ago or whatever. The Celtics at this point are being greedy to the point where it's like you need to let something go. And what I mean by that is, so we were talking about like how the Celtics look and everything like that. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You can't have Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum on the same team no more. Like you're trying to make the best of both.
That's a damn lie.
You're trying to make the best of both worlds, and it's not really, functioning like that. And then you get Evan Fournier, who I was like, oh yeah, it's cool, bro. Especially if he can make more shots that the both of them get effectively.
Nope.
But after 33 minutes, he went 0 points. 0-10 from the field goal percentage and 0-5 from 3.
Okay, so keep going. I'll let you finish. So you think it's a fold move?
It's a fold now. I thought it was cool at first, but I think it's a fold.
Well, I wish we would have done this episode earlier because then I would have been the only right one, the sole right one. No, but let me tell you something. So what I wanted for this Celtics team, because the only way for them to get better is that they either provide a veteran talent that can still contribute and can have a big leadership voice in that locker room. I think that's why losing Al Horford was a huge deal. I think
I
Horford.
expected Gordon Hayward more than Al Horford.
No. Gordon Hayward is apparently the third option on that team and didn't do well in that role in the first place. So no, I liked Al Horford on that team with the chemistry that they had more than I like Gordon Hayward on that team and that chemistry.
Okay.
So what I am ultimately trying to say is that Evan Fournier to the Boston Celtics is just another tool for Brad Stevens to say, yep, my system, hopefully it works, and I just put another piece of talent into this thing, and we can just make this shit go. And the system ain't shit anymore. It's ISO. And guess what? Evan Fournier is another ISO player. And it's like, so you already got two players that can, you're talking about how they don't play well together, right?
Right.
It's either you got to do one or the other.
Right, but I'm crazy for saying that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum don't work.
Because they do work.
With all ISO shots?
No, because you're hearing me wrong. When they're both on the floor, they're great. But when it's one or the other, it's not as great. Mostly with Jaylen Brown, it's not as great. And then the thing is that second squad ain't shit without one of them on the court. So they can't play one or the other all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And then the thing is that, yeah, okay, their games are the same. What can Jason Tatum not do on the offensive side? So true. What the fuck are you saying? Like how are you saying, oh, their games are too much the same? So, like, they run into each other.
I didn't say they were too much the same. I just said that they're trying to make the best of both worlds happen and force this shit upon themselves.
So you want your star player to take the most shots throughout the whole game, too. Even Damian Lillard takes sometimes less shots when CJ McCollum is going off, too.
That's totally
that's not totally different. That's chemistry and knowing when somebody's doing well at that point. They've been growing up together. Like, the Boston Celtics, again, needed a veteran leadership or another great offensive young talent so that they can become a great young core and form into a dynasty. Because who doesn't say that Jason Tatum has, like, superstar talent? Everybody believes so, right? We've seen it.
Yeah, cool.
Jaylen Brown, if he wasn't overshadowed by Jason Tatum, would be that same superstar type talent.
Right, that's the problem with them, is that they both, like, one of them needs to leave.
So Dwayne Wade and LeBron James played
totally
together.
Fucking different.
Shaq and Kobe played together.
Totally fucking different.
They're two players that you already know which one is better than which player. Okay?
They were both the same. They were both equally as dominant.
You're a fool because
they weren't both dominant?
Bro, Shaq was better than Kobe at that time.
They both averaged like 30.
One player was better than the other. That's why the ones who won the MVP, the Finals MVP was Shaq the whole time, right? Yeah, bro. Like, that's my case. One player is still better than the other, so that's why he's overshadowed. It's not because he's not getting less shots. Sometimes he has way more than shots than Jason Tatum. That's just a thing that happens with the Celtics. What I'm trying to say is, first of all, Brad Stevens is crap. They got Evan Fournier. And they're like, okay, we're just going to add more talent to this little pool that we have when they're not building around these two players. That's why I said John Collins is a big thing because he can shoot threes like crazy. He's young. He plays great defense, especially in a system where Brad Stevens actually has a good defensive type system. And then he can pick and pop all the time with those guys who already like to do ISOs and shit like that.
Instead, they get Evan Fournier.
He's going over. And then at the same, like it's ridiculous. They needed
a power forward center type dude, and they said, yeah, fuck it. And on top of that, they traded away Daniel Tice.
They just got more interchangeable pieces that is supposed to help them win, and it's not going to work, and they're just going to be bounced out. I would say the second round, easy.
Ooh,
easy.
Okay, that's fair. Agreed. I agree. But, all right. The last one.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
That's good. That's good talent on that team, and it's just fucking wasted, basically.
Okay, the last one we got here, folks.
Evan Fournier.
We'll wrap
up. Oh my god, makes no sense. Talk about too many cooks. You already got two cooks, two chefs, dog, head chefs.
Oh shit!
And then you have Evan Fournier in there, like.
You gonna eat some cornbread? That's Evan Fournier.
Let's get on to the next one, man. I guess this is the last one, too.
Oh, man.
Norman Powell.
To the Blazers.
To the Blazers. How do you feel about... let me start off with this one, even though I talked to the host a little bit. I'll be quick. Norman Powell to the Blazers is great. That's going to be a bold move. These Blazers, they don't really have high expectations when it comes to like the playoffs. They can definitely surprise some people as well.
That's the problem with the
I
Blazers.
think that Damian Lillard has some taste, like bad blood in his mouth. I think that he can definitely unhinge on these Lakers. So I'm gonna go ahead and say bold, just because Norman Powell.
Mm-hmm.
Norman Powell is a heavier, even though he's 2 inches shorter than Gary Trent. He's heavier than Gary Trent. Gary Trent has a better defensive rating, but I still like Norman Powell in the way that he's able to do it. Maybe on a winning squad, they have a better way of, handling things. They're not the best on defense with the Portland Trailblazers, but I was kind of heartbroken, and I think it's because I'm a fan of the Portland Trailblazers, so I be following them a lot of the time. Gary Trent was always there, and he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Gary Trent was such a hard worker, bro.
Showed out a lot in the playoffs, especially, and he hit game winners as well for this team. So he's definitely one that it hits the heart when he leaves. Mm-hmm. But then you get Norman Powell, who's basically about to, 20-point scorer, 19.5. Shoots way better from three this year, 44% compared to 38%.
Shit, really?
Yes,
Damn.
Sir. So it just sucks that Gary Trent was there for in the trenches and stuff, but they just got another guard. They got 3 guards that can do the same type of thing. Norman Powell's definitely a 3-level scorer. Can play some defense as well, a little bit short.
Yeah,
but
everything I said the last episode.
Goodness, this man can definitely give him a third option. It's go get us a bucket, because as Damian Lillard's getting double teamed and there's 2 guards on him, that means that there's a mismatch somewhere, because he's going to be quicker than anybody to get to the hoop.
Right.
As long as they don't got somebody big in there.
Right.
See what happens.
I like it. It's a bold move only because, they traded for, like you said, Norman Powell is shorter than Gary Trent. No, it'd have been even... I'm going to say it's a bold move. It'd have been better if Norman Powell was 6'7", 6'8", he would have solved, all of the Blazers' problems completely, because what's the one thing the Blazers have not had in a couple of years?
Just I guess you could call just a lockdown guy, really
a
lock
real
down
3-and-D
somebody.
lockdown guy, right?
3-and-D lockdown guy.
So
who's taller,
right? Who's 6'7", 6'8".
Like if Jeremy Grant went there,
right?
If
Jeremy Grant went to Portland, that'd be fucking beautiful, because that would be the best position for him. You can play him in the 3. But it's a bold move. Only because, like I said, Norman Powell is one of those Swiss Army knife type of guard. He can play, he can score, he can defend, he can pass. He has a great IQ, great chemistry, great leader. He championship mentality. He knows what it takes to be in the playoffs. He's in a great system with the team, with everything that they have around him. I like this because you can start him, you can bring him off the bench. He's still going to drop 19.5, 20, like you were saying. So no matter where you put him, the guy's a walking bucket. I love it. It just sucks that he wasn't 6'8". Because if he was 6'8", like I said, he'd have solved all the Blazers' problems.
I think you hit everything on the nail right there. He brings a pedigree over to the squad as well. They're looking to get over that hump and, make some noise in the playoffs. They didn't sit quiet, and they let go of somebody I feel again is touchy to them, loved by the organization, and they're doing it for the best of the franchise. So overall, believe in everything that you said right there, though. So Norman Powell to the Blazers, big deal. Yep. And I also think that the Raptors got somebody good back, and
they did
Gary Trent Jr. as
well.
Bro,
because Gary Trent Jr. is a sniper, bro. Let's be real.
Yeah. Oh, most
He's a
definitely.
fucking sniper.
Hooper.
Straight sniper.
But that's it.
That is it, man.
Got through 6 different trades right there, what to expect. We're actually going to be doing some film studies on these guys very soon here. So we'll just kind of show what these guys do well, what they can bring to a team, and just expand on it to really give you guys a nice insight on what these trades mean to the team.
All right, man. Can't
Episode
believe
43.
It. Episode 43, man. As always, you know what to go do. Go ahead, put your 2 weeks in at your job, quit, file for unemployment, and watch Sports U. And after you watch Sports U, go ahead and shatter that like button, bust down those comments, and remember
to support the
U.
Yeah, have a good night, everybody.